What's up, Starcraft fans? You are watching a co-op mutation. I am CTG, and we are once again doing Wheel of Misfortune on Cradle of Death. I played as Kerrigan. My masteries were Kerrigan attack damage, augmented immobilization wave, and primary ability damage and attack speed. I was fully planning to not do a second video on this since I really dislike that mutation. But anyway, I found something that's actually interesting. Before we begin, huge shout out to my Patreon patrons. If I can get this thing to... There we go. A huge shout out to my Patreon patrons, Neil Metal and Zachary, for supporting me on the Pulse Cannon level. It's a huge commitment. And they're helping me reach the dream of no longer being a corporate drone. Speaking of drones, I start by making a few drones. Let's follow the vision. For those who don't know, the objective of Cradle of Death is to deliver these trucks and disable these constructs. And once we disable enough of them, we will reveal these spots here where we can deliver the trucks and detonate these this battle station thing. So the reason I dislike Wheel of Misfortune is because it doesn't lend itself to strategy. We are always left to contend with whatever Blizzard decides to throw at us, or more specifically, the random number generator. Right now we have Missile Command, Avenger, and Invasive Maneuvers. Now what I got here will not be the same as what you will get if you play this mutation, because these three are randomly generated by this Chaos Studios. I mean, I actually liked this mutation when it first played many weeks ago. Something like, what was it, 117 weeks ago. It was fine at first, but it got run again and again and again. It got tiring, basically, to the point where everyone knows how to beat Wheel of Misfortune. Just roll enough times until you get a good set of mutators and you win, and you're done with it forever. Well, until the next run, that is. Anyway, I went for a fast hatchery in this game. We have Missile Command, but I didn't rush out Spore Crawlers. I'm not panicking. Missile Command will be the first to go. The top one is always the next one to go. So I'm not rushing out any Spore Crawlers to shoot down the missiles, even though that's normally how you deal with Missile Command. Yeah, not panicking is your best bet here. That's how you are able to adapt the situation. I know some players like this mutation. Supposedly it helps them, or they like the aspect where they need to adapt to situations, but that's not really the case all the time. Often you're faced with situations where, by the way, I got the Heroic 42 upgrade for Kerrigan. I rush out Kerrigan upgrades all the time because I need her to basically tank all the damage in the early game. But like I said, you're often not given a chance to strategize or to adapt, because often you get hit with sudden random combinations like Mutators and Polarity, where there's no time to prepare. No matter how fast you pull back to the base, the Mutators can spawn right in front of you, and it's game over. If you lose Kerrigan, or if they touch one of your infested Stukov, it's game over. Then this transmutation, a sudden insta-lost Mutator.
Oh great! Attack our enemies while time is distorted.
Anyway, enough about that. Just die. So just die will mean that enemy units are automatically revived upon death, so we will need to destroy enemies twice here. That's honestly not that terrible in this part of the game, because Kerrigan has that much firepower. She can just power through whatever the enemy has to throw at her. I mean, we destroy this once, and we'll destroy it again. But really, aside from that, it's we're home free. Move Kerrigan back.
That's one truck
I move my truck to this location to start the detonation sequence. Blast radius. Yeah, there it is. So I'm now starting a hive because I saw that the first wave was roaches. That means enemy composition will be ground-based Zerg, so I'm going for Ultralisks here. The nice thing about that is that
Okay, this leaves us with 3 more
Ultralisks are
sectors to
extremely
destroy.
tanky. Even if we get a really terrible one like Avenger or Transmutation, we can to some extent fight them, because Ultralisks are hard to kill. That is what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping. The benefit that they will do. Let's see. Basic maneuver being annoying. Enemies are just dodging Kerrigan's psionic shift. Yeah, cancel that. Allies finally helping out, though that would have been a bit more appreciated early on, especially since we would have gotten more assimilated resources that way. I think that might have been because he was still waiting for Shadow Fury to complete. Anyway, doesn't matter right now. I get more Omega Worms. Omega Worms are one of Kerrigan's best anti-mutator mechanics. Just think about it. Blizzard, just hide in the worm. This command, just spam worms so they hit everywhere. Evasive maneuvers? Well, these don't even need worms. Just die? Well, if your forces are starting to thin out, just run back into the worms. Going nuclear? Hide the worms. Barrier? Use the worms to mash the barrier. Just kidding. But yeah, if you're playing as Kerrigan, you always want to get Omega Worms. I mean, almost always. Oh, Photon Overload? I mean, that doesn't need the Omega Worms, but still. Oh, why is my ally researching void stasis? I personally never researched that, since I always prefer to destroy the enemy rather than stunning them.
Expect an attack soon.
Which is why I like the immobilization wave, damage output. So I clear this out. There we go. Now our ally's helping out. There we go. Now he's helping me get those resources. It's gonna help me power up my army. Use that. Then
our foes are headed for us.
Another
Be ready to defend.
psionic shift. See, it's also great for Cradle of Death in general, because it allows you to have a lot of mobility on the map. You can defend one side and then run back to the other side to push forward. I draw these roaches in. We finish it off along with my ally. There it is. So just dice gone. That's good. Lava burst. I mean, that's kind of painful, but not that terrible, to be honest. So now, time for Kerrigan's immobilization wave. Jump in the middle, then BAM! Immobilization wave is so awesome. Time stop.
Mobius has almost finished sending out the research data. Stop him if you can. You did it.
For that,
the construct's just
forward.
Now. The enemy's targeting your truck's coordinates.
Destroy the enemy.
Keep an eye out.
Barrier is fine. Photon Overload is honestly fine. Not that terrible. Protect my truck while it's healing up. Oh, look at that. Look at this garbage. It's hitting my expansion. Well, not right now, but another one will pop up right under it. Destroy my expansion. Just wait. That thing's really annoying. They really should have at least tested the mutators in this map before they decide to run with it. There we go.
The first truck's in place.
Allies also sent a truck, so that will detonate the explosion. And come on, come on, a little more. There we go. That's pretty satisfying.
Up to that sector. Now it'll take them longer to fire the battle station.
What do we have here?
Well done,
Look.
all. Looks like the enemy is headed
The extractor
for
is
us.
slowed.
Let's go say hello.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Love burst hit my expansion and it completely destroyed the hatchery. There was nothing I can do about that. But I can deal with this thing. The attack wave is pretty easy to deal with, especially if you have a hero like Kerrigan.
Immobilization
Anyway, I
wave
replace
is
that hatchery. Just build another one. And I hope that No new lava bursts spawned there.
It'll disrupt the connection.
Hide
Consider it
in
a
the worm.
target of
See?
opportunity.
Omega worms are awesome. Provide a quick getaway if you're surrounded. So now I have immobilization wave again. Ultrasks. Hey. Hey, come on. Get out of there. Get in the worm. Fatal attraction. Uh-oh. It's not good.
Attack wave is coming for your truck.
Attraction's not good. It's really annoying for Kerrigan, and you'll see why. Watch this. Fatal attraction. Let me read the description. When enemy units and structures die, any of your nearby units are pulled to their location. So I'm pulled every which way. Watch this though. Lag spike because of the fatal attraction. Kerrigan's pulled everywhere, and that triggers a lot of calculations as the distance Kerrigan is pulled. Funny part about that is oh. Funny part about that is the units are they just pull Kerrigan with just about the same strength, so she barely moves. She's just stunned, but she barely actually moves. Nice thing about these ultras is they have splash damage, so that little attack wave doesn't really do anything. Run my ultra 6 here. Alright, nice time stop by my ally. That's gonna really help out. Alright, now that my ultra 6 have cleared that, I can move in to this area. Stun that. Stun that construct. As you can see, well, I don't have one here right now, but I do have the Omega Worm. There we go. I pull my units back here, and I use the worm there, and instantly run back to defend. If I haven't convinced you yet that Omega Worms are amazing, don't know what else I can do. that structure has saved me so many times. By the way, I read a funny comment from last evening. There was a comment on one of my videos saying that the approach I did to get the bye achievement using Tychus is cheating, because I asked my allies to leave the game at the start. I mean, yeah, technically it could be. No, it's not technically cheating. It's not even in the rules that you can't use your ally. But I don't know, man. I think it's perfectly okay. And even if it's not okay to you, I have already gotten that achievement before. Normally, might I add, and without compromises. I also have a video for that on Void Launch. If you haven't seen that yet, do check that out. You know who you are. So as you can see, we have transmutation. So I immediately run back. Ally has already sent his truck, so that's good.
Assimilation aura is
yeah, you see, a nice thing about the Omega Worms is I have another hiding spot, so that my units don't feed transmutation. There we go.
Our base is under attack.
Explosion! Yeah.
One more sector to go.
We can do this. Kerrigan though, standing there menacingly. Standing there menacingly.
This sector is south of your current base of operations.
So there's an attack wave heading here. They're splitting up. They're splitting up. So I asked my ally if he has a black hole, since I will need black hole to deal with this. Remember when I said that this mutation doesn't lend itself to strategy? Well, I'm forcing a way to have some strategy on this map. What actually you're seeing this in Blizzard time, but what is actually happening in this game is that I'm pausing it in game. It doesn't show on the replay, but I'm pausing in game so I can think about what mutators we have and how to deal with them. Right now we have transmutation and microtransactions, so that's why I'm hiding all my Omega Worms here and unleash the immobilization wave and run back into the Omega Worm. You can see, I mean, they might get some damage in, but not much aside from that.
Didn't make it to the research outpost, but they stopped.
My truck has started disabling. one of those constructs.
Looks like Amon's
Now the other one.
minions have found your truck's
Uh-oh.
location.
Here I
Expect an
was
attack
pinging my
soon.
ally. He needs to retreat. He doesn't have enough firepower to take this all on his own. And well, right now, the good news is that these Brood Lords aren't transforming because they don't really have an option to transform. Also, they aren't really killing my ally. They're just sending them back to his main. You see his Dark Templar streaming out. Okay, here's where I really sound the retreat. I sound a full retreat. See, this whole section of chat right here happened in one pause. I told to pull back. Let's wait it out because as you can see, we have transmutation, microtransaction, and polarity. How do we even fight that? All we can do is wait it out. So I signal the retreat. Tell everyone to pull back. Let's wait for transmutation to go out first, and then we'll deal with it.
Allied forces are under attack. Our allies are
And we can lose these buildings, but the good news
The enemy's
is
targeting your truck's coordinates.
we won't keep feeding
Keep
the
an eye
enemy
out.
too much. We'll just feed them those structures. Yeah, they'll gain strength from those, but I'll be able to
Enemy forces are
make a full fortification up this ramp. We're waiting for the enemy to arrive. You can see polarity. Not great. As you can see, my ally can black hole at this ramp, and you can use Kerrigan's psionic shift to take out those enemies. Meanwhile, my ally goes wild with Shadow Fury. Destroy the rest of these enemies.
Immobilization wave is available, my queen.
Sending my ally to retreat.
Bad news, commanders. An
Yeah, we
attack
just need to
wave
wait
is
it
coming
out.
for your truck.
We just need to wait this out. Alright, transmutation is gone. Transmutation is gone. So that's good. I can now use the Zerglings that I've made. I released them all. Laser drill is fine. It's honestly billions of times better than transmutation for us. I signal my ally to destroy that because it has polarity shield on it.
The fight begins.
So now comes another part of the strategy.
Allied forces are
I asked my ally if he has time stop because I already have a plan in mind. There's only one set of objectives left, and I have both immobilization wave ready, and my ally has time stop. So we had a plan in mind. So I ordered my truck to follow Kerrigan. I right-clicked it on Kerrigan so it'll follow Kerrigan wherever she goes, and told him to have this truck follow Kerrigan. I'll tell him that I'll use immobilization wave. It'll kill a lot of enemies, but it'll also stun the enemy. When the enemy stops being stunned, my ally will time stop when the enemy can move again. So that's the plan. So microtransactions is gone. That's good. I can keep pushing in. So now I want to get Kerrigan as deep as possible. Then use the mobilization wave. Oh, that's a bit of a mistimed. That's a bit of a mistimed time stop, but I'll take it. I mean, we still have free reign over the enemy,
Truck's just rubble now.
and now all we need to do is clean up the enemy while they're time stopped. There we go.
Allied forces are under attack.
We're also working on the south side, cleaning that part up. And
First
first truck
in
is
place.
done. All we need to do now is get this last truck to this location, and the game will be over. Apologies for that beeping sound. Alright, there it is. That is game.
Mobius Core is gonna regret this.
Like I said,
Couldn't have done it without
I forced a way to have some strategy on that map. It's insanity, because often you're not given time to react. But if the enemy gives you 0 time to react, just pause, and then you'll have time. That's what we did basically. And if you're in a bit of trouble, and if you have an ally, even on the solo queue, I mean, if you're on the same server, if you're both on NA or you're both on Europe, try to at least pause and have a bit of a chat. If you see a deadly combo, for example, if you see polarity and transmutation, and just die and poopigators, pause the game. Don't be afraid. Pause the game. Talk to your ally. Work out a strategy, and then figure out a way to force some planning onto the map. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for what else I can do, please leave that in a comment And we can see the score screen here that I did kill twice as much as my ally and also deal twice as much damage to the construct. So I mean, not much else to say really. Kerrigan is a powerful heroic unit, and I was fortunate not to have to face Pupagators because that is one of Kerrigan's weakness. All commanders have weakness. No matter what commander you give me, even the most powerful is Stukov, he has two weaknesses: Transmutation and Pupagators. If you're playing as Stukov, you don't want to fight those. If you're playing as Kerrigan, you don't want to fight Pupagators obviously. You don't want to fight Fatal Attraction. That's pretty bad for Kerrigan because, as you can see, it was hard to move at all. You don't want to face well, no one wants to face Polarity. You don't want to fight Slim Pickings. Well, Kerrigan's fine with Slim Pickings, but yeah, just if you're faced with a tricky situation, just pause the game, talk to your ally, figure out a strategy, and force a way to have some planning on the map. Alright, see you.